Hi everybody. So I'm going to be doing Battle of the Beauty Blender. We all know the original Beauty Blender, but is it the best one? So I bought 4 beauty blenders and I'm going to be trying them out over the next couple of days. So I'm going to do half of my face with one beauty blender and the other half with the other beauty blender. And I guess I really shouldn't call them all beauty blenders because technically beauty blender is like trademarked or something like that. I bought the original beauty blender to test it and I'm really excited because I've never used it before. It costs a whopping $20, which if you're a college student or you're like me who you're in forever college student mentality even though you're done with college, you may not want to spend 20 bucks on a beauty blender, but who knows, maybe the beauty blender is the best and that's why it's 20 bucks. But I bought 4 blending sponges and we're gonna test all of them out. Okay, so I have them all here now and I pushed you guys out a little bit so that you can see very clearly what I got for you here. So of course we have the original beauty blender, and then I have the rosé sponge from Juno Co. And this one's gotten pretty popular because it's like a microfiber velvet sponge, so they claim that it doesn't, soak up as much product. So these two I'm going to use first. I guess in a couple of days or tomorrow or whatever, whenever I have the time, we'll do the Real Technique sponge and Equal Tool sponge. So I'm going to use foundation and concealer with these sponges. And without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer to my face so that we can see exactly what's going on. I'm going to be using my Fenty foundation, and I have already pulled out the 2 beauty sponges, blending sponges, off the bat. This one, as you can see, is more soft. It's softer. This one has a bit more of a toughness. It doesn't have as much give as this one, which is it's a good thing that it has so much give because it means I can use it dry. Both I've already opened them out, obviously. This one was the one that had the rosé sponge. They both came with user guides. This is the user guide that came with the rosé sponge. I've actually read all of this before. I did a video on the microfiber sponge from Juno Co, this blue one, and I put it on my Instagram. So follow us on Instagram at BeatByBanda4 because we put content on there. I have shade matching Juvia's Place foundation on there, and I have a video on the Juno Co sponges. So we put stuff up on IGTV and Instagram, so follow us there. But anyway, the beauty blender, as you saw, came in a really pretty package, and it came with a little instruction manual as well, which is very impressive. Already the higher end sponges, now this is not even really that higher end, it costs like $6. So I say higher end because this is a really good sponge, guys. I love the microfiber sponge. So I'm excited for this one because when I compare the two, actually let me feel the difference. Oh, this one has way more give. Not way more, but it's got more give than this one. And I like this one, but I do find it a bit hard and painful on the face. So I'm excited to try this one because it's supposed to be softer. And of course this is softer than this. This is very soft. So this one I think I'm gonna like it too. So let's start with the beauty blender first. So you see it dry. This is it dry. I'm going to submerge it in water. Okay. Oh, look at that! Wow! This is so much bigger. That is crazy. That always impresses me. They do say that it bleeds. It does bleed a little bit. I do see that the water is a little pink, but it's not bad. I've heard it bleeds a lot. It doesn't even bleed that much. So I'm gonna take my foundation. I like to put my foundation on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take 2 pumps because Fenty runs a little sheer and I like a little bit more coverage, especially on the bottom part. We're gonna start down there. All right, so we're gonna take the beauty. Oh, you know what? Really, you're supposed to use the butt, right? I don't know what you're supposed to use, but we're gonna go ahead. Personally, I like to use a brush because I feel like anything else is gonna give me streaky application, and I feel like this is no different. I feel like it kind of takes off product, it soaks up product, you're losing product. You want to keep the product on your face, not on the sponge. So I feel no difference with this one. I feel like it's the same thing. It's soaking up product. Ooh, okay, but hello. Yeah, it's soaking up product and everything. Now the Juno Co sponge does claim that it does not soak up product. I'm gonna do something a little different now. That was 2 pumps. And I feel like I still need a bit more coverage, especially around my chin area. So I'm gonna actually just take the foundation straight onto there and just kind of smear it on there. And then we're gonna take our beauty sponge, our beauty blender. Okay. It's very soft though, I can say it's very soft. So perhaps you can see the difference between, you know, makeup and no makeup. Now on the other side, we are going to use the rosé sponge. Here it is, dry. Give it a good squeeze in there so I can. All right, so we have, so that's it. This is what it looks like. Oh, I already got a stain on it from foundation. I don't know how I did that. This is how it looks like, nice and soft. Beauty Blender is still softer though. She is real soft. I like the softness of this. I'm gonna get 2 pumps. Let's see if we can make 2 pumps actually cover up this side. Beauty Blender did not really do a good job. I'm gonna use the flat side just because I have it. I'm gonna, okay, woo, 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 woo. Okay, so already, I think that the Juno Co sponge is actually not soaking up product. Wow, in fact, I think I'm done. I don't think I need another pump, so Beauty Blender, I don't know, it's not looking too good for you. This is, I'm impressed. Wow, look at that. There's like a noticeable difference. Bruh, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can get in focus. Just look at my face. Which side looks like it's got more product? I don't know if it's showing up in camera the way it is showing up in my mirrors, but this side, and I still have foundation. Remember, I had to add a 3rd pump down here because the Beauty Blender just soaked it all up. But this one, look, it stays right there. It doesn't even move around. So let's go ahead and go straight into concealer. I'm gonna be using my Fenty concealer. I use 390 to highlight my face. It's so much higher than 420, but I don't know. I really do like how 390 highlights my face. I don't know what you know about Fenty. 1 swipe is usually enough coverage. So I'm gonna get the other side now, just flip it over and get that other side and do it the same. Let me go ahead and just fan myself a little bit. Especially since seeing as how we're seeing that the Beauty Blender soaks up product, I definitely want this to get a little tacky first because otherwise I'm not gonna get that full coverage that I want. Let's start with the Juno Co side. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend. Oh, that surprisingly got dry quickly. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the Beauty Blender use the clean side and go in on this side, because I think it should have given it enough time to kind of get a little bit more tacky. So I definitely was thinking I was gonna like this more because of the pointiness that it has, but it's about the same as the Juno Co sponge, and it still feels kind of damp, whereas the Juno Co doesn't really feel damp anymore, but the Beauty Blender does still feel damp. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see this, but it seems like the Beauty Blender side is actually pulling off product. As I'm going through blending, it's pulling off product. Guys, this is bad. What? I really did not expect this. I did not expect this. I really thought I would be impressed with this beauty blender. once again, which side looks more fuller coverage? Remember, and I even gave them a running start. I gave you time, Beauty Blender, to dry. It's crazy because I even look more highlighted on this side than I do on this side. This side I'm kind of looking all the same shade. Whereas this side, I'm looking like I actually highlighted. I don't know if you've heard of the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I'm kind of in love with it. If you're like really into like a golden highlight, I think it really does help. If you're not into like a golden highlight, you'll find it a bit too bright. I personally love it. I'm using the Juno Co sponge, going into this, still damp, whatever. We mixing it all up, and I'm just going in there and I'm just patting it on. Now we're gonna get the Beauty Blender. Gonna get the same powder. Okay. Ah, interesting. We have found something she's actually good at. She's better at laying down powder than her counterpart, her Juno Co counterpart. Because look at how it's kind of just really fluffing out the powder. That's interesting. Okay. So the Juno Co is having a bit of a problem kind of grabbing onto the powder. I think what happens is the powder gets stuck in the microfibers. So it's not actually the best in laying down powder. Whereas for this one, because this doesn't really have those microfibers, it's grabbing it on and it's depositing it right back onto the skin. So the Beauty Blender is actually better at depositing powder than the Juno Co. I'm finding this so fascinating. I'm a nerd at heart. Like, I love science, and this is like really fun. So I have this NYX, oh, I really went in there. NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette. I'm gonna go in and just kind of draw. Let's go ahead and start with the Juno Co. I'm gonna use the butt this time. We're not, oh look, this side's flat. But I'm gonna use like a rounded side to blend out my contour. And then we're gonna, of course, blend around the nose. Okay, interesting. Nice. So we're gonna now take the Beauty Blender. I've kind of used every side. We're gonna try one of the buds again, and just kind of blend, 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 blend. Okay. I would say they blend out cream contour about the same. I'm just gonna finish out everything. That's pretty much about it that I'm gonna do with the sponges, and we will see kind of what's the best. Though I think I already know which sponge reigns supreme of round 1. I wonder if I'm gonna do a round 3, because so far I know which one's already been knocked out. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so we are done. This is the finished look. I used the Butter London palette, and I really like it, guys. Like, it's really good. The colors I'm not too crazy about, but I made it work. As you can see, I did like an olivey and blue tone kind of look, but kind of it's because that's all really that was available in the palette. But I do like it. It was really good. I also used the brushes from Luxie. That was good. And I should put up a little, I'll be doing a BoxyCharm video soon, so let's not really get into that, because the whole point of this video is the sponges, right? So if you remember, we used the Juno Co sponge on this side, and we used the Beauty Blender on this side. Softness, they are both soft. They don't hurt the face at all. The Beauty Blender is softer than the Juno Co. So in that respect, this one gets the win for that. In terms of product soakage, Juno Co wins. Juno Co managed to spread the product on my face really well. If you look at my face, this side kind of seems a little bit more dull. This side has a bit more of a nice highlight because the Beauty Blender soaked up my product, and the Juno Co sponge did not. So Juno Co wins for blending and not soaking up product. Beauty Blender wins softness. And then when it comes down to putting on powder, the Beauty Blender does win because it's it's the soaking of the product actually kind of helps put the powder on, believe it or not. In terms of blending out contour, they did about the same thing. So blending out cream products, they perform about the same. Shape, about the same. One doesn't really have a better shape over the other. They both, I found it easy to get into those tight corners around my eyes. So that's good. And you know, you'd think like, I think I did like the fact that this has a flat side though. I think I like the flatness better than just the roundness. So I would say the flatness is, I think I like that better. So when it comes down to how it's ergonomically shaped, personally, I think the Juno Co wins. So I think overall, when it comes to performance, Juno Co won this round. She is the winner. I'm sorry, I know you thought you were queen, but you're not. So I think I might even do a third round. So first round, Juno Co wins. Let's find out the second round. Find out about these two and whether these two and how these two perform against each other in the next round of Battle of the Beauty Blenders. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this segment. All I can say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you think you want to keep seeing more of me. Alright guys, have a good one and stay beautiful. God bless. Booty, booty, booty. Who does that? Iris Baleen. Obviously I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm such a nerd.